Hey guys, welcome back to AG Sports. Thank you for tuning in. I'll try to make this short and sweet. A couple of sleeper picks for you guys as far as fantasy is concerned, as well as just maybe some X factors for gambling if you're looking at betting some of the over-unders or props, things like that. So one of the first players I want to bring up is Jonnu Smith. You're probably already aware he is on the Patriots this year. Gave him a huge deal. I have really seen him be quite low as far as like fantasy picks are concerned. At this point, I think he's going into like the 13th, 14th round in most drafts or redrafts. And I gotta say, I think that's really low. And I'm really high on this guy. I thought he was an amazing talent last year. And if you weren't aware, last year he was doing really well. I believe it was the first 8 weeks. He was like the tight end 4 or 5. He was up there. And then he did not get injured. The left tackle for the Titans was injured. And at that point, they had to leave Jonnu as an inline tight end to help the left tackle replacement and make sure that their line was as solid as possible. So because of that, he didn't get to go out as many routes. He didn't get to be utilized as much as he should have been. Belichick went out this year and gave him a 4-year, $50 million deal. The only thing that really kind of brought him back down to earth, and the reason why he's going so low or so late, is because Hunter Henry was picked up the very next day, also by the Patriots, but he was picked up on only a 3-year deal worth only $37 million. So just strictly looking at the numbers, it looks like Jonnu was our priority. Not only was he signed first, he was signed for longer and for more. Aside from that, though, if you go back into 2020, and even before, I can tell you, I remembered hearing some of these talks, and so I had to get one at least on the screen. But if you're looking at it, Bill Belichick was talking about Jonnu back in 2020, saying that he is the best in the league after the catch as far as tight ends are concerned. So it makes sense that he went out to go get him as soon as he could. And this is one of those rare times where they opened up the checkbook for this guy, and Bill really, really wanted this player. So I can almost guarantee you he's going to be utilized. You're going to see a lot of 12 personnel on the field with the Patriots this year. I was reading through the Warren Sharp book, as always. One of the things that he brings up was that Bill Belichick, back in 1991, was writing like papers and dissertations to give to coaches and things. And one of the things that he continued bringing up, even way back then, was that the tight ends needed to be utilized as more offensive weapons than just inline blockers. And that is a philosophy that stuck with him since he became a head coach. And if you go back to Patriots history, he brought in Benjamin Watson to kind of start off his dynasty with the Patriots. Once he was gone, then he brought in Gronk and Aaron Hernandez within the same draft. And now that they are both gone, he's trying to kind of redo that magic with Jonnu and Hunter Henry. So again, this is not to say that Hunter Henry is going to be bad or that Jonnu is going to get 100% of the work. But if you're looking for the primary tight end on a team that seems to be shouting at us, we're going to use our tight ends as much as we possibly can, Jonnu is your guy. Pick him up for basically free in fantasy, and if you get some props on him, look to overs. Really, the only thing I can see stopping him would be like an injury, and he would have to miss significant time. Aside from Jonnu, though, there is one other guy I wanted to bring up, and I don't have an article about him, but I do have the offensive coordinator and coach here. So you may be aware that Robert Saleh is the new head coach for the Jets. He was the defensive coordinator for the 49ers. The 49ers had an amazing defense for several years. It was really one of their cornerstones because a lot of their offense just kept getting injured. Their passing coordinator, though, was Mike LaFleur. He's now with the Jets. He followed Saleh out to New York. New York has basically tried to revamp this team, and after Adam Gase left and left everything in shambles, Robert Saleh's having to pick up the pieces. One of his draft picks this year, though, was Michael Carter, and Michael LaFleur and Robert Saleh are coming off that Shanahan coaching tree. This is one of the times, again, I feel really strongly that they are going to try to utilize their running back as much as possible, and not just in between the tackles kind of way, but the way that we saw the 49ers use their running backs consistently year in and year out, which is pass catching, sweeps, pre-snap motion and getting like lead blockers in place and just kind of misdirection. So I see a lot of good things coming for Michael Carter. Even if he himself was not the most talented player, I think his coaches are going to do the best job that they possibly can to get not only him, but their new quarterback and all the rookies on the team in the best possible situation as quickly as they can. So I think that he's going to have a good start. But aside from that, if you're looking to play him in fantasy, he's really getting like just forgotten about. I want to say you can get him in like the 10th round. And as of right now, the only thing I can think of that's really making him drop so low is that he's on the Jets. And people have this preconceived notion that the Jets are going to be terrible. I'm not there to tell you that they're going to be good. I'm just saying they're not going to be as terrible as we're thinking. They averaged 13 points a game last year. They're going to be better than that this year. It's almost a guarantee. I can put my 4-year-old son back there and he'll coach them to more than 13 points a game. I'm just saying these guys are going to have touchdowns. They're going to utilize Michael Carter. It's already coming out of training camp that he is their 1A running back. It is probably going to be a committee, but this is one of those situations where you can go grab this guy in like the 10th round. You're still getting a starting running back in the 10th round, and you'll know within 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, honestly, you'll probably know in the first week if he's got it, if he's going to be their starter, if he looks good, and if you want to keep him. And if you really want to just double down on that, you can watch him in preseason. And I can almost guarantee you they're going to try to give him some looks in preseason to get him acclimated to the NFL. So watch preseason, see what you think about him, draft him late, watch him the first 1 or 2 weeks. If he's good, great. If he's not, you didn't really have to pay anything. So that's it, guys. Those are the 2 sleepers I have for this year in fantasy. And hopefully this was informational. I am going to have another video coming out shortly that's going to be focusing more on good books and casinos and how they make money, what you should do to shop around, not just odds, but also benefits to each individual book, pros and cons kind of thing. So be on the lookout for that. Again, hopefully this is beneficial to everybody. Have a great day.